All right, so you should be working on 118 and 119 on 626. If you cannot find your 626, and there's a very small chance that you turned it in ahead of time and it's in my folder. Doubt it, but there is a small chance. Hey guys, I get that both you have what you need, but you're making my job harder by talking over top of me, so maybe pause for a second. It also makes me feel like you respect me. Even if you don't, that's fine. Who needs 626? Raise your hand high. If it's not in front of you right now, you probably need it. So literally just one. Because I can give, then I don't have to go make copies. Just Eli. Everyone else has 626. Okay, we should be doing 118 and 119 right now. Talking with your partner, what can you do to both sides? How do we clean it up? Is it one of those special situations we saw? All right, take like 2 minutes. If you get those done, work on some of your homework problems. So now you should be talking, like with each other. Somebody's paper, not yours, obviously, but somebody's paper in the wrong class. Feel confused about something. Remember, we, before Discovery Day, talked about those special situations where it doesn't just solve out nice. Remember that now we're getting deeper in math and not everything is nice. We can't always say X is this. It doesn't always work that way. All right, I might as well talk about one of these. I still got some papers to pass back. But on 118, we got to get back in the swing of things, right? Random cards. Definitely back in the swing.
What random cards?
All right. Hey, Bethany, tell me where to stop. So we're going to start the deck. You just say stop. Stop there. Eli, what could you do first on 118?
Add 4.
Do, like, you got to say more than that.
To both sides.
So we could add 4 to both sides. I agree. Or, before you start taking stuff out of your room, what could you do with all the stuff in your room? You just clean it up, right? So we've got our left side and our right side. If we clean up, now Eli's right. We could have added 4 to both sides because of this -4. But before you start doing on both sides, you guys have the poster back there. Steps for solving an equation. Yes, there are feet prints on it. Footprints. Feet prints. Prints of foots. On the poster, yes, it's silly. Steps for solving an equation. But for real, we could combine the like terms. I'm going to use different colors for the different sides. Combine the like terms. What do we get? I guess anybody? 8 plus -5? 3. And the x stays the same. -4 plus 7?
3.
Ooh, interesting. Jackson, what does this tell us? Or what can we do now?
They're both complete.
Say more. You're right, but say more. the left side is equal to the right side. I mean, we kind of were told that from the get-go, but now that we legit see 3 and x, 3 and x, so what? How could I get rid of this positive 3?
You could add negative.
We could add negative 3 to both sides, or like just minus 3 to both sides, and we get down to x equals x. You want to keep going, or you want me to keep going?
You could keep
Jane, what did we learn before break about when we see x equals x? What's that really tell us? What's x? Yeah, we do.
X equals X.
But we should have something written down. Who's got a copy of my paper? Because I put them in the bin. A couple of you grabbed my copies. Thank you, Ray. Guys, if you don't have this on your paper, well, one, maybe you lost your paper. But if you did not take these notes back before break, that's a poor choice that you made. And I'm trying to give you the chance to fix that bad decision. Because life is less about the bad decisions and the mistakes, and it's more about what we do to fix it. On your paper, you should have some of these problems done. I went back and watched the video this morning. I guarantee it, we were in Miss Hauer's room. The first problem we talked about was x equals x. What happens when we get to x equals x?
There aren't any real answers.
No!
Any real answers.
There's every single possible answer. Can x be 5? Yes. Could x be negative 2? Yes. Could x be a billion? Yes. Can x be infinity? Not technically, because infinity is an idea. It's not a number. But guys, x equals x is all real numbers. And you should make an arrow from down here to remind yourself, oh yeah, we talked about these special situations. Do 119 if you haven't done it yet. I was going slower this year than I ever had to try to make sure that this actually makes sense. If you get to x equals x, x can be absolutely anything. Emery, before I do this on both sides work, what could I do? Can I clean anything up?
Well, no, because like there's no.
Can I clean anything
Well,
up?
yeah, you could do 2x plus 2. But
So, my x's I can put together. Don't tell me what I can't do. I want to know what I can do. Equals 2x. Okay, Emery, keep talking then if you want.
okay, because then if you look at bit B, it was x plus 1 equals x, which is no real solution. Because on this one, if you were to minus 2, then it would be negative 2 on the other side.
Ooh, what if I minus 2x?
2 equals 0, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, then we would get to 2 equals 0? Guys, does it make sense for 2 to equal 0? No. So I'm trying to reset my USB because it keeps like unsyncing. I forget what plug you are now. I'll figure that out later. So what do we put when we get to well, not really an answer, but when we get to like something like this that is not true, what do we put? What's our solution? What's our symbol? Look at B. Was it B you said?
Yeah.
What did you draw on B?
Yeah.
This, which is the no solution symbol.
It also looks like Saturn.
Questions about this? Well, that'd be if I could see through Saturn, right?
Yeah.
All right, but I can't see through. All right, 120 is not on your paper. Devin, pick 1 or 2. You have no idea what these go to. Pick 1 or 2. 1, we're doing A, B, C, D. If Devin had picked 2, we'd be doing C, D, E, F. But we need to do 4 of these to actually get some good practice in. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and we'll see where we are then. If my 5-minute timer... Aha! I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to make sure that I'm honest by using my timer. We're solving all 4 of these. These are not on your paper. Sorry, I'll blow them up a little bigger. I realize now as I see some of you kind of like squinting that these are not that big up there. Here, 120. Blow this up bigger for you. A, B, C, D. There we go. You could talk with... I know you're all writing these down, but you could talk with your partner. Alright. There's a little bigger for you. Actually, I'm going to split A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's do that. Before you get to the on both sides steps, we want to clean things up. We want to group any like terms together that we can. Don't like how that looked. It's really hard for me to give you 5 minutes, so I'm going to... Two of these will be special cases. Make sure that we copy down the original. Don't do anything before you copy it down, because it's real easy to write down the wrong thing. Don't do anything before you copy it down. Just get to copy it. Oh, I had more papers to pass out. Guys, actually let yourself put in the work right now. This has 0 risk. There's no risk right now if you don't know what you're doing, or if you make a mistake, there's 0 risk. Just let yourself try. If you don't know what to do, you should be asking a neighbor. If both of you don't know what to do, you should be asking another table. Alright. Evidence. And time. So, let's start working through these. I would leave the music on, but I feel like that ups my chance of... Actually, it shouldn't be picked up on the... Who knows, though?
Past interruption. Max Bailey, please come to the Perry office. Max, please come to the Perry office.
Donna, what could I do in A?
You put -2 on each side.
Sure. So on your paper, what you might have written, guys, I'm not guaranteeing this is what you have written because there are multiple ways to do this. What you might have written is -2 from both sides there. If that's what you did, then you had -x, give me my pen, equal to what? 2. So then, Donna, what did we have to do now? X does not equal 2. -x equals 2. What's another, or if I don't want to use the word negative, what's another way that we could say that, but with a different word? Starts with an O. The opposite of x is 2. So if the opposite of x is +2, then what will actual x be? -2. And if you need to tell yourself how we get there, we multiply by -1. Because if you multiply by -1, you just turn -x into +x, but we turn +2 into -2. So be careful, -x, you're not done. If you get to -x, you are not done. And if your x is negative, you might want to think about leaving them. Well, wait, no, if they're your x, you would have already left them. It's a relationship joke made to 12-year-olds who have never been in relationships. So, Raiden, so some of you have been in some relationships. Raiden, what could I do in B? Who, what? Sorry, say that. I just got lost. What about them, though? What could I do? I don't understand what you're telling me to do. We can't because they're on two different sides of the equals. We gotta clean it up. Guys, you can't do any of that actual, algebra until you clean things up. Hey guys, if you don't have this on your paper, you really need to draw it right now to remind yourself how many multiplications are there here? 2. There are 2 multiplications you have to do, and I see some people who are just spacing out. If you think you're ready for the mastery that's coming on Thursday right now, I can give it to you. If you think you're ready to show me that you know how to do this, I can give you the mastery. Otherwise, you should probably look a little interested. I get it, it's Monday, you had a long weekend, a lot of you had sleepovers, whatever else. Good for you, hope you had fun. It's time to do a full week of school this week. Sorry. So, this becomes -3 plus x. Matt will miss you, but remember I'm recording the video, so if you want to see what you miss, just go check out YouTube later. 2 times x, the first multiplication, gives me 2x. What's the second multiplication give me, Raiden? What's the second multiplication give me?
5.
Multiplication?
6.
6. Don't fall in that trap door. This should be on your paper, and I would be willing to bet all the money in my wallet, which isn't much, but that only maybe half of you have this down. It's about 20, I think. Do you think every single one of you have this written down? Are you willing to bet that all of your classmates wrote this down? So moving on, because I know the answer to that question, and it makes me sad because some of you just don't care. Sam, what could I do now?
So you could subtract 1x, on both sides.
Ooh, I like subtract the x because Sam identified if I deal with my x's first and make my life easier. Because Sam's going to only subtract 1x, And that'll keep us having a positive 1x over here. Guys, it's not right versus wrong, but Sam made his life easier than it could be, which is just better because it's easier. So negative 3 equals, now we have 1x. You don't really have to write the 1. Hey, Raiden, are you ever going to write any of this down?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just keep, every time I look back there, you're fighting with your binder. We distributed and multiplied twice. Now, Sam told us deal with the x's first. Do the on both sides. You didn't understand how to do this, and I'm trying to make sure that you're with me, and you keep like being somewhere else. Can you be with me? Before we get to on both sides, we got to clean up. Then we get to on both sides, and there's 4 different things that you could do here. We chose subtract x from both sides. Lane, what do you want me to do now?
Plus positive 3.
If we do that, don't write this down. You could. If we do that, we get to 0 equals x plus 9. Do you really want both of your things on the same side? Not really. What side is the only variable on? What side is the only variable on? The x is on the right side. And since it's the only one, leave it there. So what do you want to get rid of to get the x by itself? So that's what we need to be doing on our paper, on both sides, writing that we're going to do negative 6, which really we can write as minus 6, but we know what we're doing is we're like adding in a negative 6. You'll get to the same answer, it just makes more work. Because then you got to get rid of the 9. You can do it. It's just not as nice. I know, but dude, do you trust me that as the math gets harder, I'm telling you, don't do what you did. What you did will work. It's just more complicated. Because once you leave 0 on the other side, it messes with your brain. That like, all right, I've got nothing over here, and I've got other. So now that we do minus 6 from both sides, we get x is, because x is the only thing left over on this side. There's a ghost in my classroom. X is what? X is negative 9. Questions? Have we done C and D? Like I gave you guys 5 minutes. I don't know where that. Who's got C done? Give me a thumbs up if you're thumbs down if you don't. Like, tell me about C. Let's do another 5 minutes. But if you're done with C and then done with D, then do your homework. So let's go another 5 minutes because we need time to practice these. Guys, if you don't know what you're doing, you need to be sticking up a hand and asking. Hey, did we see either of those special situations in A and B?
No.
So you will, in C and D, you will see the special situations. One of them's going to be ARN and one of them's going to be no solution. I thought I highlighted that stuff. Yeah, I think I highlighted it and accidentally changed it. Yep. Before you start doing on both sides, clean stuff up. What's up? Where'd you get 5 X's? Oh, C. Oh, my D and C got flipped around. Yeah, because that's the clean it up. That's the combine them like terms. Yes. Thank you for pointing out that I need to flip these around. If it helps you, you can draw the little fence down the middle to remind yourself you can't cross this. You can just do on both sides type work. If you need to draw that little dividing fence down the middle. Some of us need to relearn that if you open the door, you close the door. Alright, well, I did not flip the timer, so let's go like one more minute, then I'll start asking questions. Well, ask yourself if that's able to be true. If we took away the 4x's, if you're saying those are the same, if we get that off of both sides, is this equal to that, ever? And if not, it's probably one of those special situations. I think Sophia's so mad at me for not letting her finish her table. She decided to skip school.
Really?
Sam, no, she's probably sick. Sam, I already called on you, didn't I? I don't know how your card got back in there. Come on, tell me in C what I could do to get going. Yeah, add the x's. Now, all of them or just specific ones? Like, can I do 5x and negative x, 2x and 2x? I can do these, because they're on the same side. What's 5x plus negative x? 4x. Anything happen with that plus 3? No. Equal to 2x and 2x. Anything else I can do? The 1 and the 3. Okay. Sophie, nope, Sophie walked away. Ah, it's lost forever. Lane, tell me what, I think I already called on you today too, but my cards are messed up apparently. What can we figure out from here?
We could figure out that, what I did is, because there's 2 4x's, so like if you just like cover those up, it'd say 3 equals 4, and so like that's not possible, so that's one with no solution.
So 3 equals 4. Lane is saying, wait a minute. I've been lied to. Lies! Does 3 equal 4? No! Never! Never, ever, ever can't happen. Sorry, thanks for coming. Here's your consolation prize. It's a big fat no solution symbol. Alright, in D. Indeed. Emery, what can I do?
So I did first, like I cleaned everything up, so I did 3x, like plus negative x.
Okay.
2x.
2x.
So I got 2x, and then I did 7 plus negative 2, which was 5.
Because our kind of dividing fence thing, whatever's over here, so 5. Then I'm going to draw a big long equal sign.
And then 2x plus 5 can just stay right. But since they're already the same, I think that one's any real solution, because as we've seen previously, like it was x equals x, and like x equals x can also be like 0 equals 0. Those are both any real number.
Yeah, I was just going to remind you guys, it's any real number.
I kept saying solution.
Any real number. right? ARN is you can plug in any real number, and that is true all day long, forever and forever, because where we got to was x equals x, because every identified, they're identical. This is really x equals x. Questions? I really mainly just wanted to do some review of what we learned before break today, so you got the last 5 minutes to work on your practice work. Look at what's due this week. 2-5, most of you should already have done because we thought it was going to be due before break. 2-6, you're looking at it right now. You could do some good work on it right now. 2-7, pick up in the back if you want. It's back there. It's tomorrow's homework. And the closure, that's it. That's the week. That's everything. That's the chapter. So take the last 5 minutes, work on homework. Do not just sit here and do nothing. That would be silly. Who what? Nope. This is it. We're taking the mastery this week. This is the end. I know I've got another mastery to get back to you guys, but we'll
This is the end.
maybe do that. I don't know. I got to figure out when I can spend class time to give it back to you guys.
What is spring break?
This is.
After, we have 2 weeks until spring break.
Didn't I say last one?
Probably. We have 2 weeks of school and then it's spring break. That is a fact I can guarantee. 2 weeks of school and then spring break.
Wow. This is what I get for everything.
This week and next week, then after.
We have this week and next week and that's it. Some of you are not using this opportunity to get homework done and it makes me sad.